Big thank you to everyone who watches, like, shares, subscribes. And please hit the bell notification to not miss out on any new upcoming exciting or interesting content. What is this? How dare you? They cut it, but they decided to leave it here. Interesting meaning. You could find what I've got to say interesting. God knows why you would, but you could. You could find the interview of someone, which very rarely happens, but in the future I aim to. You can find that interesting. You can find this view interesting. God knows why you would again, because, I fucking walked down the street so many times on this goddamn channel. Exciting meaning I have a subject matter, but I don't know what's around any corner, even though I know where I'm going. But I better know where I'm fucking going. Yeah, or it could be somewhere that you find potentially exciting. You could find this interesting and exciting just looking at it, the views and that, especially if you're new to the channel. But what am I going to talk about? Let's see. So I'm doing voices because I'm anxious, because I know what I'm going to talk about, which is mental fucking health. I'm not going to talk about something that happened to me as a child. To be family, I am my family, but my psychologist like, you need to dig deep, and we know this is happening. You're having nightmares, and they monitor your sleep when you're in hospital and all that. Shit that I didn't even tell my ex and that, but I did tell my most frequent friend, shall we say. Yeah, I don't even know why I told her. She's fucking something of mine. It just like opens up like a flower. Yes, and I just did. But as a kid, I've had a good life, good family life, real good. I'm an only child. I lived with me ma and my nan. School was a bit weird. Primary school, I didn't really have friends. I wouldn't say in primary school, like people weren't really my mate. But I did have friends outside of school, but I was fucking wild. You know what I mean? Like, my mum was always at work and I lived with my nan, and she basically fucking spoiled me or let me do whatever I want. And on a bad way, I'm not calling the woman, you know what I mean? She just was doing her best, and my mum was doing her best to fucking give me everything. But I got everything, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want for nothing, ever have. But I didn't really try hard in primary school, but I still ended up fucking passing me test and all that. But I didn't really speak to anyone or do it. I just couldn't be asked. I hated the play. I fucking hated it. I've never had a school dinner in my life either, ever. I get suspended when I had to on like fucking mad days, deeply Catholic. But I've been suffering through racist abuse ever since a very young age. And I had mental health problems from the minute I remember. And I always felt like bad. And because I was like outcast and had abandonment issues, as when things started happening young, ends up with these voices that like what I've spoke about in the past with my psychosis, and that sort of fucked me up. But I just hid it, but I was still going to therapy from like a young age. I've always been to therapists. Even I remember being in year 6 and having a therapist, year 7 having a therapist. I remember seeing people in older age when I was young, and you know what I mean, going to all madness. And then there's not much of a story to tell, really. There's a lot, like, but I'd rather sit in front of the camera, basically. Like, fucking trauma caused the psychosis, a lot of trauma from a young age. And then when you're getting older into like secondary school, and I ended up like having some close mates, and it was good. It's good, real good. I used to go out every weekend, go to bat and that, and go to the match, and it's just good, like, you know what I mean? And then you do the things that fucking young lads and girls do. You fucking drinking on a Friday and that, doing spinners on the park, thinking you were fucking great, which weren't too bad. But then I found something called cannabis, and the group of friends that I was chilling with, they weren't interested in the old cannabis for men. But I was, because drinking even at that age, I always realised that like I don't like this. This is making me feel like weird. It's making the voices louder, and fucking I feel like killing myself. Like I'm dead fucking depressed. And I knew that from like an early age. Like, this is fucking torturing my soul. But through the necessity to fit in and be liked, I just pretend to enjoy it, which I shouldn't have ever done, to be honest. But I did, didn't I? Because I'm an arsehole and I was a kid. But then I found weed, and weed was like block shit out at the time. And I was like, whoa, this works. So then fucking I was round the bend still, so selling weed and fucking I think the first time I saw weed I was like 12 or 13 and fucking selling other shit as well, so I won't go into, but yeah, that like wanted to be a gangster, you know what I mean? And then my life was just about basically going out and causing chaos, which caused more trauma, and then fucking like not dealing with my issues, and everything come easy to me. I was quite academically well in school, God knows how. I like education, so I like reading and that, but I didn't expect that from myself, to be honest, in school. I was shocked myself when I knew the answers to these things and was like, that's the God's honest truth. Like, how the fuck do I know this? But when I was a kid, I used to read encyclopedias and that just because I liked, like, in the hour, probably because I had no mates. You know what I mean? So, like, I was into that, and, like, my nan always read books and that. Sometimes I picked them up and read them, and they were fiction, like, but I don't know, it probably enhanced my vocabulary and that. So, thinking back, and then there was no filter in our house of what you could watch, like, I've been watching, like, my nan was watching Van Damme kickboxing. I've been watching kickboxing when I was like 3, and that there was no like, this is an 18, you can't watch it. There was none of that. You know what I mean? It was just, I had no like fucking parental thing control to what I could watch. You know what I mean? I could watch anything, Freddy Krueger, anything, didn't give a fuck. Which, again, when I look back at it now, I think, yeah, it's not me man's fault, my nan's fault. I think most people were doing the same thing. Like, my other mates, well, mates or people I spoke to, they'd seen it. They weren't lying, because you speak about what happens in it. So they'd seen it. My other family members had seen it. They were roughly the same age as me, or a little tiny bit older. So I didn't really think it caused me that much of a problem. And to the average person, it probably wouldn't have. But to me, it must have. I'm fucking round the bend, aren't I? So, you know what I mean? I thought I was fucking Van Damme for a bit, you know what I mean? Fucking thinking I'm Tong Po and that, you know what I mean? Just fucking going around the bend, watching The Crow, thinking I'm going to die and come back and kill everyone. Like, genuinely wishing for it to happen. You know what I mean? Like, not just like, oh, that's a decent film. Like, yeah, I'll fucking kill everyone. That was in my head, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'd love to fucking kill everyone. That's what I used to think. It got deep into it. Like, it was like, even Van Damme and that, when he's killing people and kicking people's heads in, I was like, I was more asked about the fact that he was fucking absolutely tonking people and eating them bad than I was about the actual movie. I was fucking into the violence, you know what I mean? And there was no violence in my house or around me. Apart from me ma, when I do something wrong and she beat the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Apart from that. But, you know, terrifies me ma. My ma will whoop my ass. She's a black woman, isn't she? I mean, running at me with a slipper. Bam, bam! It's his! It would be called child abuse today. I call it tough love. But anyway, yeah, so a bit of that was going on. But like I said, that's not me man's for me, man. That's what happened to everyone. That was the fucking 90s for you. You know what I mean? That's just what happened. And I was fucking doing stuff that I deserved to get a smack. Fucking robbing cars, burning shit out, smashing my own fucking windows on the house because I've argued with me man. And, you know what I mean? Like, I was fucking nuts. I was a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Like, I was just angry, man. And then fucking, they wouldn't see me properly because I was smoking too much weed. And I was like, I'm not stopping smoking weed. So they were trying, I should have, because they were trying to assess me, but they're like, we can't assess you properly because you're fucking stoned all the time. Like, and some of the thoughts that you're having and that, literally, I wouldn't have it. But they were like, it's because you smoke weed. And then I ended up like dependent on weed, like proper dependent on it. Like, I smoke more weed than anyone that I know. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I don't just mean people that have a joint and enjoy a joint, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, sit back, watch a film, enjoy it. I'd smoke a 20 bag and people would still be on the same joint. I'm an addict, you know what I mean? Didn't realise I was a fucking addict, but it's just like, yeah, smoke more. And I had more than a 20 bag, believe that. You know what I'm saying? I always had more. Like, I don't think I went a day without a joint from the age of 13 to like 21. Not one single day. You know what I mean? And I had sections because I tried to kill myself. I had to kill myself on multiple occasions. I hung myself for a bungee cord in Quiggins and bounced up to the top, which is, well, not the top, but bounced back up, and never broke my neck, but it done something where it made me pass out. And then I woke up in an ambulance and they pumped adrenaline into my heart and I shot out the ambulance and ran down the street from the old Quiggin. So they got me back in the thing and like nothing happened. They weren't like too fussed. And then fucking I had a kid young and that with my first partner and everything can save my life, to be honest, them kids, all of them, because fucking I wouldn't have experienced the things I've experienced or at the houses or been to the places where I've been or saved up the money that I had. Don't get me wrong, some of it was stupid like what I was doing because obviously I weren't doing everything legit, but I did work, I did go to uni. Like I was saying about, like I just went off to that then, like the education, I was shocked myself. I weren't shocked by my acting ability and my fucking performances or the fact that I can write and shit like that. That didn't shock me because I was published when I was like 11 because there was a fucking thing on in the library and I won it. You'd have to be like 13 to 16 to enter it. So when they wrote to me, it was like £100 check and Liverpool Community College performed it in the library down there, which I spoke about before, and then it's published, a poem. But when I read the poem, like fucking hell, I was 11 and that's what's coming out of my head. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not right, that. No 11-year-old should be doing something. And I've still got them. I can read them as well, read some of them as like, this isn't right. Like what's coming out. And I never had a bad life. Like I had trauma, but not from a family point of view. I put myself into situations because I wanted to be liked, or I thought that someone would, you know, fucking say, yeah, you know, he's nice or whatever. Even older people and older men and women, and sometimes I'd be on my own, like not late, but like just running around the street, like when I was in Jason Walk and that, waiting for someone to come out or have the tea. And shit happens in that time that I was on my own that I've never spoke about and I don't want to speak about it just yet. But shit happened. I remember fucking being like 10 and the voices told me to jump through a car sunroof because my cousin and my mate said so. I can't even remember what they said. There was nothing even fucking deeply like offensive or anything. It's just a little joke and it crippled me. And the voices were like, jump through the fucking car sunroof, and I landed like next to the fucking wheel on the car. They also told me to smash through a car window to rob a dairy milk, and the car was next to the garage and it was in my mate's street and I had money and it was Mother's Day. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't want to tell people, the voices told me to do it. So like, I was like, I don't know, I don't know, it's just a reaction to what? So the therapist are looking at me going, can you hear things, Dino? Nah, I can hear you, like. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not deaf or nothing, like. I can hear you. And they're like, no, can you hear things, like, you know? I was like, no, none of that. Like, you hear voices in your head? So I was like, no, they're outside my head. They're fucking next to me. Nah, I don't hear no voice. The only voice I hear in my head is my own. And even that's a twat. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but the thing I had going for me is I could act. I could sing a little bit. I could rap. I could always like write songs and put like shit together, even if it's just funny. I had the ability to make people laugh. God knows how or why, but I do and did. So that was going on right for me. The education part was like, I genuinely am shocked. Like every time I got like distinctions and fucking A's or whatever, I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because I didn't have to me down and stuff. I thought if I went from primary school, I would have thought that I'd be struggling in school. If it judged me like academia from primary school, I would have thought I'm going to be a struggler to like learn, or do you know what I mean? Like I'm a bit slow or something, you know what I mean? I genuinely believe that. And I always thought I was a bit slow, like I'm not going to be in good sets, and I was in the fucking top set for everything, and it was easy. So, but that didn't help. None of that helped because I was like, I got everything easy. Like whatever I wanted, I got it. You know what I mean? So because of that, I just thought everything was like, even with a job, I worked and then ended up fucking selling weed to me manager and becoming a supervisor, and like shit just happened to me out of pure luck, really. And the fact that my man and my nan and my family would just give me whatever the fuck I wanted and go, oh, he's alright, you know, he's a bit mad at you know, and just like brushing under the carpet. You know what I mean? Because I was still getting help and, do you know what I mean, trying, and I'd still do things, like I'd still work. I was working on markets when I was a kid. Like I got up every Saturday and Sunday and when they set stalls up on the market and that, I got paid from a young age, and then my man and my nana give me money on top of that, which is all go on weed and sweets and chocolate. Or when I went to Southport with my mates to Blackpool or whatever, you know what I mean, shit like that. I went to youth clubs and that, so like that was fun. And then I just broke away from it because I was just new in my head. I was going fucking round the bend. Didn't want to be with anyone because it's like no one likes me. Everyone's blagging it. You know what I mean? I don't know if they do it, they didn't. I just thought I was just like fucking everyone hates me. I'm gonna have to be like them for them to like me. I tried that and I was like, I'm not like them. So in the end I just sit in the room and smoke fucking weed. You know what I mean? Listen to music and fucking do illegal activities. Like that was my life. But whilst doing that, still going to college, university, and well, college first, and then I had a child while I was in college, a baby. Used to get out of one lesson and feed the baby, and she'd go into another. It was fucking just scatty time, you know what I mean? It was fucking wouldn't change it for the world. I'm not saying that. Kids saved me life, all of them. Genuinely, and I fucked it up. My own fucking, to me, that's the fuck up. You know what I mean? I fucking was an idiot, made stupid choices, made stupid mistakes. I was selfish. Yeah, I got worship for all my kids and that, but I was selfish. There's no other two ways about it. I was an idiot. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that idiot no more. But I was, but in a sense, I still am a bit of an idiot. Look what I done on the weekend, but that's due to like, I'm not blaming other people or blaming loss and that, but it's just like, I just like, what I'm trying to be now is like, one way or another, I've been fucking fighting all my life. I always have to drag myself back up from the floor, and I just thought, I can't be arsed no more. It weren't even that I was in the pits of despair this time or at rock bottom. It was just like, I can't, every day is a fight, man. Like, it's a proper fight because I got myself into this mindset over like the past 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and it was no one that done it to me, just me. I done it to myself. Started thinking, pushing away from things, pulling back, telling fibs, and you know what I mean, like putting the mask on and being something I'm not, and you know, in the end you get found out. And like the only person you don't get ends up hurting everyone around you, to be honest, and then you fucking end up hurting yourself real bad. Do you know what I mean? So that's what my mental health does to me. I got sectioned for the first time when I was 20. I think I was just turning 22. I hung myself out of my bedroom window, and I'd actually worked that time. I fucking had I left a note and everything, put my mouth, I got a purse, and that's why I'm here. I remember the ambulance people coming in, and I was in the Royal, woke up, and whatever happened, I can't even remember what happened in that hospital, in the Royal. I can't genuinely remember, because it was like days later that like I was like up and about, and I don't know, I genuinely, one part of my life, I do not remember anything about the 3 days from me hanging myself. All I remember is sitting on a couch in my mum's, and sitting there on the couch, and these two nurses come in, mental health nurses, I'd never seen them before in my life or anything like that. Like, not like this, I've seen therapists, but they weren't like this. They were in like NHS, mental health, whatever, suits, whatever. I don't know if it was Mercy Care or whatever, I don't know what it was. But they were fucking mental health up to the nines. And it was like, you've seen The Simpsons when they say to Ned Flanders, you want to come in peacefully or kicking and screaming? That's what they might as well have said. They were like, you can come in as an informal patient, which means I choose to go in. But if you say no, we're going to section you. I was like, what? He was like, so what? So I haven't really got a choice, have I? I was like, yeah, you have. You've got a choice to willingly help yourself, or we're going to take you anyway. He's like, okay. This doesn't sound like much of a choice to me, but okay. Like, yeah, I'll go in. And then I remember getting my stuff ready, and I got in there, and I was young, and they put me on Albert Ward in Broadway, and I was there for 9 months. And believe me, for the 22-year-old, 21-year-old around, that was fucking one flew over the cuckoo's nest grip. Like, it's, I don't know, it was terrifying, to be honest. And then I had people coming up to see me, my cousin and my man. I can just know, you know, when you look in someone's face and they're broken as they walk away. But through that, that's what I learned about, like, the gym and weight training, because I'd stopped smoking weed, obviously. And I was in there, my ma was, this is what I mean, I still didn't eat an hospital meal. My ma used to come up and bring me my breakfast, my dinner. There was no Just Eat and all that. You could phone a scran, but there was no Deliveroo, Just Eat or Uber or anything like that. You had to like just phone the chippies that were around you. And I was on no benefits or anything whatsoever. I'd come straight out of work and went into hospital. So where all these are getting like fucking, it was fucking ESA and that at the time, and being Pippa's DLA. I was on none of that. I didn't get that for 9 months. I didn't get that till I come out of hospital. I got all backdated, like, don't get me wrong, but while I was in Aussie, I had fucking nothing. No money whatsoever. I lived off me ma. My ma bought me, Becky ma, give me money each week. Ma was giving me like a £1 a week just to buy food and ciggies. Still sending ciggies in. There was no vapes. Know what I mean? Still sending ciggies in. Vapes come out just as I got out of hospital. That's another thing. They come out just because I went in for 9 months, come out for a month. It was round the fucking bend. Like proper, like I can't handle that. Like institutionalised off an Aussie. Outside was fucking terrifying. I mean, terrifying. I was fucking petrified. I still didn't tell anyone about the voices, did I? I just thought I could get away with that. So fucking ends up fucking like having a breakdown going on the bend a month later, like 6 weeks later. I had a proper breakdown. Sitting there in the house, like reverted to childhood, was like talking like a baby and that apparently. I don't really know. But I just remember again. A van coming, next thing you know, I'm fucking there, but I was on a mixed ward. Still in Broadhove. So I've done another 3 months in there. And then I got out and they made it, because I just got out last time, whereas this time they were like, why did he stop? I was letting him go past. Like this time they like give me like 2 days home leave, and then whereas last time they just give me like 1 day home on the weekends, 1 day the next weekend, then when you can go home. And I hadn't literally been allowed out for 9 months unless it was to go to the shop. So fucking like half an hour leave and that. But when I went back, they like integrated me back into society. Release the hounds. That's what they was like. You know what I mean? So that happens. And then like I found the gym in that while I was in there, like, because there was a fella in there called fucking Mario, this Italian fella, and he was in good nick. And I was like, I wasn't even known to say at the time, like, he was in good nick. I just looked at it and I knew who Arnie was, but I didn't know anything about bodybuilding. It never appealed to me. I didn't know what pumping iron was or anything. I come into bodybuilding, was like proper late when I was like 23. You know what I mean? 22, sorry. It was natural till I was 28 and a half. So it was natural for 6.5 years or something, maybe 7 years. And even then, it was fucking very minimal what I was taking for the first year of it. I didn't fucking even inject for the first year. I just took fucking orals. I didn't inject outside. I thought I was scared of needles. Turns out I'm scared of the vein, not the needle. So you live and learn. But yeah, so that helped me in that. And then come out and I just thought I could wear my body as like a suit of armour, basically. And there's a tunnel. That goes to work now. So and then I didn't do anything that I was advised to do when I come out. I'd done it for like a week. The only thing that I'd done was go to the gym. I didn't do anything else that I was advised to do. So I didn't smoke weed still, but I was still getting on the level on like fucking once a month or something, or once a fortnight. And then sometimes I wouldn't take it for 3 months, but I'd still get on it. I'd still go out and about, still like fucking, do you know what I mean? Like go to Fezzies and what have you, and go around the bends and that, which to be honest, if I would have been honest about what was happening in my life, it wouldn't have been that fucking bad. But this body that I built, and I started winning the shows and I got ill and everything as well, but I just wore that as like a mask, as like a suit of armour to protect myself from like no one's going to think I've got mental health problems and anything because I look like this. And I was dying on the inside, like I was dying literally as well, but I was dying on the inside. It's like, fucking hell, this is killing me. I look great. I'm not gonna lie, everyone told me I look great. Like, I'm not saying my face and that, I mean the body that I built, which I'm building again. That's where I'm on my way to the gym, and the genetics are quite good, as I've always said. So it doesn't take me long to fucking, especially when I'm enhanced. But even at the start of wearing enhanced, and people were constantly saying, "You want steroids?" I genuinely weren't on nothing but creatine, BCAAs and protein. That's it. Like, oh, and like glucosamine, just supplement, but no SARS weren't even about. Or if they were, I'd never heard of them. I didn't know like Even when I decided to take steroids, I read for a year what they were going to be like, what they act, what the half-life is in them, how they fucking mix into certain things, what you should take, shouldn't take. I didn't just ask them in the gym, but that's besides the point. It's about mental health. And I was worried about that as well. So then I took them anyway and looked 10 times better. And to be honest, it didn't really affect me mental health that bad, apart from Trent, and it made me extremely angry. It doesn't anymore because I've accessed help and I only take minimal doses of it if I'm taking it, which I'm not on any steroids at the moment, like I'm just saying. But it did hit me. Halo testing, I'll kill you on it. I'll fucking kill you. And Trent life is just round the bench here. Plus, I was still having a line in that, you know what I mean? Have a line. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it takes 2 days for that to come out of the system. I'd never flip. Like, if I had a line on a Saturday, on Sunday, on a Monday, I'm going to flip on someone, usually my partner. So, that went good. You know what I mean? For anyone. Just fucking, that made me a rat. Because I hated myself, didn't I? So, you know what I mean? Fucking, if I can't be happy, no one is. That's what I used to think. I wouldn't openly voice that. I might have towards the end. But at the start of it, I did think that, though. If I can't be happy, no one's going to be fucking happy. I'll make everyone unhappy. I'll make everyone feel like me. Fuck the lot of us. That's what I was like. It was horrible. Proper selfish. Always have been. Proper selfish. Didn't give a fuck about anyone but myself. I mean, I didn't love me man and my family and my kids. It's just didn't. It's not even that I didn't love them enough. That's a bad way to put it. That's what I used to think. It's not. I just didn't have the mental capacity to fucking care enough for them to realise that what I'm doing is that bad. And that's not a cop out. That's the genuine truth. I didn't have the mental capacity. I just thought everyone was like me in the end. But I knew they weren't. But I just fed this illusion to myself that everyone's just like me. Because then it doesn't hurt as much. But then, because it's a lie though, you know what I mean? Like I say, you get found out. I was only lying to myself, and then I fucking lose everyone around me because I'm an asshole. You know what I mean? And I deliberately push people away because I'm not scared to lose them. Naturally, that I think, well, if I do this, you're going to fuck me off. And then at least I've got a reason to why you left or don't speak to me no more. That's mental health as well. Anyway, so come off the juice to have a child, basically. And that's where it fucked up the most. That's when I found crack. Because I was taking massive amounts of lemo. So I was going through things in my own life at the time. I didn't want to admit to this, didn't want to admit to that. Ended up in jail again. So fucking, that is the crack, you know, about that. Like, that didn't help me mental health, my psychosis and that. But I think now when I look back, coming off them steroids with no, like, I didn't do PCT or anything. I just come off them completely. And like, in the end, I was still going to the gym, but then I had no motivation. I stopped going to the gym. I was smoking crack once a month or something. And then I was thinking, these are all doing it wrong. How are these fucking begging for change and that? They're doing it wrong. I'm fucking flying. You know what I mean? I'm fucking well cheaper than them, all this. And then it went from once a month to once a fortnight to once a week to once every 3 days to every fucking day, every night, every second. I already know that story. So that happens, and then fucking get out of jail and all that. I'm going to stop now. I'm never going to touch it again. 2 weeks later, I was back on the pipe. I went round the fucking bend. But I knew this time because I looked. First time I looked terrible. But the second time I went on it went worse because I ended up homeless. Like, everything fucked me off. And they should have. Things that I was doing was unthinkable. And ended up homeless for like 6 months, and then sleeping outside the HSBC and all that, and that weren't good for me. And all every day was just about scoring. My whole life in that period was just about smoking crack. Like, anything me mental health was through the roof. I knew that my family had fucked me off. I knew what I'd done to people, and I was like, got nothing. You know what I mean? It's game over. I'm a fucking punter. I'm never going to change. Felt sorry for myself. Like, fucking weren't taking any medication, weren't going to doctors. Like, why would I do that? Fucking doctors is on Stanley Road and I'm living in town outside of HSBC or something, so I can't, if I go there, I'm going to take time off me scoring, and someone's probably going to try and help me, which I thought there was no help, which led to another suicide attempt, which was getting beat severely, going into the hospital, then taking an overdose and throwing myself in front of a moving ambulance, and lived, and didn't have a broke bone, but fractures and that, but the fractures were off something else. So that happened. There's my gym over there, so I'm going to go in and continue this on the way back. But so that happens, and like I've said before, then I went to Windsor House, met a good friend who's still my friend to today. It's like a really close friend, so everything happens for a reason. And that's when I admitted to hearing voices and having psychosis and shit like that. So that happened. I spoke briefly about that before, but I'll speak more. And I'll do a little recap when I come out the gym, like, because there's still bits and bobs that I'm missing in between the story. And if you do watch this video right the way through and that, and you'd like to know a bit more about specific events that I'm speaking about, I can elaborate on them more. I just don't want the video to be drawn out and long, so I'm just giving you the history of it. But like, I don't want it to be like now, and don't want it to be too brief, but I don't want it to be like too long, if that makes sense. So if you want me to elaborate on any point of what I'm speaking about now, can you leave it in the comments, please? And I'll be happy to either write you a comment back if I can explain it in the comments by writing it, or I'll do another video that elaborates on that part. But where I am now is, well, I'm in town, I don't mean that. Joe! And Amy. Where I am now is I'm in town, and yeah, so Windsor House and that. Let's go in here and get this training done. Got my BCAAs with me. Creatine. I drink a lot of creatine, me man. Creatine is not Bombay. Take tablets and drink a massive amount of creatine. And that's just the life. So, Mackey's and that's on there. So yeah. When I get in here, I've done what I've said. I've done my cardio on the way to town. Look at her dancing outside there. I'm gonna go in this gym, see what time it is. So now I need to do an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15. And then I'm gonna get out. And we'll continue this talk on the way back, because I'm not filming myself training, I'm just gonna train. The training's for me. Yeah, 24 hours this. I've got to have it with me, mate. It's Tuesday night as well, so time's not particularly busy. The good thing about going to town as well to go to the gym is, well, I haven't got it on me now, to be honest, but like on other days I've got more choice to eat when I come out. So I can take myself to the Burger King or the Mackey's or Nando's, or go and have a proper scran, or so, you know. Plus I'm already here, so stuff happens in town and I can interview more people, and homeless people I don't know, and you know what I mean. It gives me more opportunity. But the fact that Gracie is right there as well is great for me. But these are going to be my regulars now. The dock in town sorts me cardio out, allows me to talk and do some content, and also allows me to bring a different type of content. But I'll continue speaking when I get out of here. So I'll catch you in a sec. Seems just a lot quieter and better for me. And I got to do content on the way to town. Like I said, back at it. Start my course properly next week. And I'll get back on the juice. I'm taking one nap a day, couldn't be. It's just one Anatol a day. That's it. So, just to get it into my system. And then slowly start my course next week and progress it up. Titrate up on my cycle. But yeah, I'm in, aren't I? So, cracking on. So for someone who hasn't trained properly for weeks, hasn't dieted properly for weeks, is on no performance enhancing drugs whatsoever, and was near dead on the weekend. Should have died, unless you went across 2 naps for 2 days. As before I said, and he's all back on the bed, still looking grey, but he said that you won't come back with a bit. But for someone who hasn't trained, this is what I'm talking about, the genetics. I didn't even want to get on camera, but it's just a quick brief, and I'm on nothing. I've been training again properly for 2 days. 2 days. Been eating properly for 2 days. And yeah, probably put on about half a stone. And muscle just goes, I stick to your tea. There you go. I look like shit, but still pissing it fucking post. So there we go. These before I go. After a little update physique. After a little update physique update beforehand. This that Younger Waters that only be serious. Doing a little update in. Show you what I'm looking like beforehand. Fucking a man to fucking start fucking videoing again from next week instead of being self-conscious. Let me just get one of these and I'll continue my talk up here having outside. Oh world, just met a guy in the gym that I actually end up knowing anyway. Not knowing, no, but why isn't this fucking open? There's the buzzer. Oh, it's because people trying. What the fuck? There we go. Yeah. I ends up knowing him anyway. I won't say his name because I haven't asked permission. Probably won't mind. Had 11 years clean, man. Just start speaking to him, subscribe to the channel and that. Tell him it's just weird. And I'm where I'm from, Scotty, and he's like, I'm from here, and it's mad. But anyway, it's better training there, man. It's just quiet. It's only wrong. I go to Gracie. I'm like, fucking, if it feel like I need to go to Gracie, basically, I don't want Gracie. If I just want to go across the road and get back in, but the training's better there. There's more equipment, but I can still get stuff done in Gracie. But like, well, the same thing. I can just do a bit more in there. But cardio and that works. Oh, sorry. These plans have slightly changed. That's just Younger Water as well. It's just sports water. It's got a bit of caffeine in it. It's got like vitamins and minerals and shit like that. I pay for that like a £5 a month extra, but it's worth it. It actually helps the energy, and then when I weren't drinking it for a month, I noticed like difference in me stamina, strength, and even gains. Only a very slight difference, but every little bit counts. It's happening, lads. Keep bumping into you, don't I? Yeah, man. Nice one. Nice one. Yeah, man. I'll just switch this off a sec. Oh, don't get me wrong, love. I'm feeling the effects of like what I've done to myself over the weekend. That gym. He did tell me to take it a bit, coughed up a bit of blood there. He did tell me to take it easy, like, I just can't. When I get in there, I fucking love it. I just can't do that. I just can't do it. What do you mean, take it easy? But anyway, yeah. So, where I was coming from before. Sorry about throwing a little physique update in there, and that's just total no waffle. You do look great, and look a bit dead behind the eyes, I do. If I was dead, more or less, so St. John's, I'm not walking through there now because shit happens in the dark in there that I'd rather not go into. A lot of homosexual activity, shall we say, but yeah, and probably drug activity, and I don't want to walk through it at this moment. But my plans have changed for now, so I'm no longer walking back home. I'm not getting the bus home either because I'm going somewhere else. Yay! But yeah, let's see what this bus is due. I'll start speaking. Delta Hotel to Marriott. I'll see that properly on the phone. Yeah, I've got 10 minutes. I can walk down and talk. So I'm not standing here. Shitty tower all lit up. So oh yeah, the kid is telling me like I stopped 11 years ago and that. He said he woke up in a hotel looking out the window going, I know where I am, I don't know where I am. And turns out he was in Amsterdam, didn't know how he got there. Mad, innit? But yeah, that's his story to tell. I'm just echoing what he said, and yeah, well, let me go back a little recap on that. So, yes, I was forced around the bend, but I had a good education, I had a good family life. I had quite an abusive upbringing in terms of outside of my family life. Even things like being in Garston and just sitting there, like doing a joint basically with my first like girlfriend, probably first kids or two, and then never had a child at the time. I'm getting told, get out of gas, and you fucking nigga. Like, whoa, blade pull to me and that. Where are you from? It's like Scotty. You're like Tocky. It's like, no, Scotty. You know what I mean? You're like, you're not from fucking Scotty. And anybody bang someone, God knows who they bang. What's your name? You never rang Zero Foster and then bang someone else who's like, he is from Scotty, you know. He's always been from Scotty. And he's saying it now, and he was going to cut me, these kids. And he was like, good job, you're from fucking Scotty. Push me into the bus stop. Because if you weren't, we fucking cut you to fuck now. But I'm giving you, like, I can't even remember the amount of time that he said he'd give me, me birds, mate. They weren't doing nothing to her, just me. So to be fair to them, they weren't going to do nothing to her. They called her a nigger lover and all that, like, but they weren't going to actually do nothing to her. But he gave me an amount of seconds to get to the end of the street, otherwise they're going to chase you and cut me. He said, if you just walk away, yeah, I'm still going to cut you. He said, you better run. I've never ran so fast in my life. You know what I mean? He weren't messing about. I said, that fucking hell, that was heavy racism up here. The mudmen, they were called. And then I used to have to go that way. Like, and sometimes the bus would stop or break down in Garston, and I'd have to get off and like be sprinting down Garston to get to speak to me exes or being speaking, just getting all these racist shouts. I didn't even know speak was racist. I'd never been up into the city. You know what I mean? I was a kid and that was happening. And so I had that, and then I dealt with it on Scotty and even people that are your mate, and they have stuff said to you like, yeah, I like you, but I wouldn't like it if his daughter was to come in with you. Like, well, what do you mean? Like, well, I wouldn't like it, you're black, aren't you? Like, I know. Shit like that you just have to deal with. But at the time, you're like, it just rolls off you. You don't really know how to deal with it, and everyone's using racist vocabulary. I'm just the point where I'm using it myself, and you know what I mean? Acting like I'm white and racist. It still affects me to this day, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Like, to this day, like, part of me comes out like I'm a white racist, and it comes out. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell. It's because of something to do with repressed trauma or something like that. And that's it, what it is, skating there. But yeah, so a little recap. I went through a lot. I was always fighting as well. I seem to like fighting or like anger. I seem to like smashing things up. I like fire. You know what I mean? I love bombing nights, but I just love fire in general. I could burn something, I was burning it, which weren't good. You know what I mean? I fucking burn everything in sight. Fucking round the fucking bends. And then like I started writing. And like I was writing when I was like 10, 11, but bits and bobs. In the secondary school, I was writing a little bit more. When I got into college, I was writing non-stop, performing plays, and I was doing really good in college, to be honest. While I was round the bend still. I still had loads of trauma that I weren't dealing with, self-harming like every day, covering it up and that. Do you know what I mean? Doing that throughout uni and college, and that. You know what I mean? Drinking bleach and shit, just trying to kill myself because I watched The Sixth Sense. Poison that kid and she dies when she's putting like bleach in her food. So I thought, fuck yeah, I'll do that. And I started like drinking the odd bit of bleach in that. I like putting it in my food and that, just thinking it'd kill me. It didn't, it just give me some weird stomach thing, gastric enteritis anyway. And it started ripping the lining in my stomach and that. I had to tell them, don't tell me ma or me bears that I'm drinking bleach. So they didn't, because it's my thing, yo. But they did in the end when I ended up getting sections years later. Like I was talking about when I was 21 or something. But yeah, fast forward again to Winton House after I took myself into the ambulance and that. I admitted to the psychosis and I've done a video about that, so I think it's called like an in-depth view to my psychosis or something, but it's on there anyway, so find it please, because I'm just repeating the same shit. If I talk about my psychosis and the voices and when they started and how they started, I've already discussed that. I got out of there, Winton House. Was doing great. I was fucking living the good life, and that it was clean. But every day, then that's when the addiction become more a problem than the mental health, because I was dealing with my mental health dead well, but I didn't want to be clean. I was just doing it for like my family and kids, friends, all that. Like I'd tell myself I want to be clean, and this is for me. This is all for me. But inside, every day I walk past people smoking crack and like doorways and go, fuck, I'd give anything to be there with them now. Whereas today, that doesn't happen. I don't really think anything of it. I don't look and go, well, that used to be me. I don't really have that thought, because I think it'd be quite offensive for me to think that about someone when I could be back there at any given point and that was me, and you don't know what someone's been through to do that. So I don't think I'll ever look. If someone's doing something proper bad, like robbing an arm, then yeah, I've never done that. Like run past and snatch someone's purse or shit in the street in front of fucking kids or something, like all that like weirdness. I've never went that far. Like, but so I would snarl you for doing the nice that. I've still got no right to with the shit that I've done. You know what I mean? But because I've never done that, I will find that a bit bizarre. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was when like I got a year clean and just relapsed it on the night when I was a year clean. Or a night later, or something like that. But I got told if you walk hard of here, you're never getting back. And I just didn't believe it. Didn't believe it for a minute. But you're alright. Genuinely went bang, went out on it for the night, not coming back. But, whoa, yeah, I'll be back in 2 days, not coming back. 3 days, not coming back. I'm still clean 4 days, not coming back. A week, not coming back. 2 weeks, not coming back. A month, not coming back. It's my fault. And instead of just fucking riding it out and just proving that I was fucking sound and clean and I could just carry on whether I was there or not, I just went, well, fuck it then. I'm not going to let me in. Let me in. Look at the best of me. I've lost everything again and I'm clean. I went, I relapsed. But I just thought, well, I only done a night. You know what I mean? So why is everyone fuming? I only got on it for a night. But the truth of the matter is that night, if I'd been left back, it would have turned into 2 nights. Being left back again, it would have turned into 3 nights, right back where we started. And that's me ruining other people's lives for the sake of my own selfish needs. So that's when I ended up fucking, 6 months into a relapse. Then went to Thailand for a good few weeks. Was clean, got clean for like 2 months. Come back, was clean for like 10 days. And then thought my life was going to be back to normal and I'd go back to fucking being the way I was, the family man and that. And that didn't happen, I caused too much damage and that. And just crippled me, just half broke me, just sunk me, and just thought, fucking hell. And instead of going, well, fucking, you've already fucked this up, don't fuck up anymore, I just thought, well, no one likes me. I just felt sorry for myself. And when I feel sorry for myself, I really feel sorry for myself. I don't go around, I just fucking internalise and literally hate myself and beat myself up about it. And go, well, I'm not feeling like this no more. I can't be asked cutting myself. I'm going to smoke crack. It was a form of self-harm as well. Sounds weird, but it was. I hate myself that much. I know it's disgusting. I know what I've become. I hated myself that much. It's like, this is what you deserve. You deserve to beg outside McDonald's. You deserve to be outside the garage begging. You deserve to not have nothing. You deserve to just your life to just be like that. And even if I did, other people didn't. This is the mental health situation as well. That's not just the addiction. Other people didn't deserve that. My family didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve to see that. Because even if I'm not around them, I'm still putting them through it. They still have to walk past me. They're still getting people say stuff to them. Still getting talked about. And I've seen Zeno, you've seen what he's doing, you know what I mean? And nothing to do with them really, because fucking they're not nothing to do with me because of what I was doing, but they're still getting it. And I'm like, fucking, what do you want me to do? It's not my fault. Someone to stop talking about me. It's like, well, no, just stop smoking fucking crack, lad. Do you know what I mean? But it didn't, is it? It cracked on, literally. So yeah, and that was that. And then I had an epiphany one day, which I spoke on before. I just thought, I hate this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I can't do this no more. Don't get me wrong, throughout this, I recovery. I've had a whiff of a joint in that in there. I've said that. I said I'll smoke weed if I go to the jam and that. I've had a bottle of lager in that here and there, a can of lager. I've done little things. I've had slips. I haven't relapsed, but I've had slips. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely had slips. Them slips are, they either turns into they were either going to turn into a relapse or turn into what they did turn into, which is me near dead in a hospital. It's either going to be full relapse or I'm killing myself. Either way, you're dead anyway. And I killed myself, didn't I? So I can't afford any more slips. And that's why they say to you in these places, addiction places and that, this way you've still got to be careful. That's not a slip, that's a relapse. But telling someone like me with my issue and my problems, and this isn't an excuse, the way my brain functions and the way it works, it will just constantly eat away at me. Like my psychologist and that tell me, you've got to look at it. Like that's not just me saying it. like I will take it in an addiction group. I will be able to openly say to them, yeah, it's a relapse, because to them it is, and I understand where they're coming from. That's how you get well. But inside my head, I go, nah, it's a slip, because I'm not a crackhead, and that's the way I've got to think about it. Otherwise, my mental health, it just deteriorates to the point where I go, well, I've got to start all over again. This is going to keep happening, and that. But anyway, you want to learn more about this and more about all of this stuff, or to talk more about anything, because there's still a bit more to tell. But I don't think the videos have gone on for fucking years. It's a bit of a fucking heavy one, and I'd rather sit in front of the camera and do a live and be asked the questions. To be honest, even though I get slated as well, I'd still rather do that. So, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, don't miss out on any new upcoming interesting or exciting content. Thanks for your time. Time's precious. To give me any of yours, it's truly appreciated. I'm deeply grateful for it, because you don't get it back, and you're giving it to me, so that's fucking unbelievable. And today, I'm happy to say, like I've been saying, I used to say, let's be better today than what we was yesterday, better tomorrow than what we are today. And I have been better today than what I was yesterday, and I will certainly strive to be better tomorrow than what I am today. But I am certainly better today than what I was yesterday. I'm approaching 10 to 11, but there's only an hour left of this day anyway, and I'm going to be in and asleep in about an hour, just over, and then up at about early again tomorrow and do my best to be my best. So thanks for watching. Love you all. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed the video and the content. Like I said, if you need me to elaborate on anything anymore, then just leave it in the comments and I will do. Peace out. Love you all.